This interview program is focused on creative career pathways. Today on the lounge we have Kathryn Hopkins, who describes herself as a multi-passionate creative. She's going to share with us her journey from high school to university and her recent entrepreneurial endeavours in corporate and digital media. Now, Kathryn, you've had a very exciting career up until now, but maybe we should start with exactly what are you doing right now?
So right now I work for a company called 90 Seconds. 90 Seconds is the world's cloud video production platform. And what that means is a bit like how Uber is the world's largest transport company and owns no cars. 90 Seconds is the world's largest video production agency, and we don't actually own any camera equipment. We work with a global network of freelancers. Across Australia we have about 800 creators from towns and cities from one end to the other, and around the world we have about a couple of thousand people that we work with, and I am the head of content strategy there. So I've come from a producer-director background and now I've moved into more of a strategy role.
Actually, we've got a reel here of some things that you've been doing.
The space I work in is all about promoting brands online, basically. Branded content that has a real message behind it, so creating genuine brand connections with consumers. These days, consumers are quite savvy to advertising and blatant promotion, and as consumers we really want to build authentic, genuine connections with the products and the brands that we purchase from and interact with. So using video is a really great way to build those genuine connections with them and get those messages across.
Yeah, and you've worked with quite some big brand names.
I've worked with brands like Commonwealth Bank, Telstra, PayPal, Samsung here in Australia and abroad as well. We work with mainly medium to large scale businesses. Yeah. The studies that I did here at Newcastle University actually perfectly prepared me for this career. I studied communications, as you said, with a major in media production. So those two things combined have really set me up well to find this niche in the online video world.
Now let's take a look at some current students who are doing a Bachelor of Communications at Newcastle Uni.
I prefer the university in Australia than I do in England because I feel like it's more organised.
I've really enjoyed my experience at university so far. It's given me a really good insight into the various industries I want to go into and kind of made me realise exactly what I want to do and what I want to do when I leave.
It's awesome. I was actually really nervous that it would be like high school, but it's not. It's just being around a bunch of like-minded people that are awesome. The lecturers are awesome, the assignments are really fun and they're geared to what you want to do.
I definitely recommend university. Even if you don't necessarily know what you want to do, it's always good to start something and you might find along the way like exactly what you want to do.
Yeah, definitely. It's a new experience, I think. I think it's something that everyone should have a go at. Whether you stay there or not doesn't matter, but it's good to have a feel for it and see what you want to do.
You went to Gosford High School. Can you tell us about that and what subjects did you do?
Most of my subjects revolved around creative. I really love drama and English and ancient history. It was in English that I actually produced my first short film for the HSC and kind of propelled me into this kind of work that I do today. But I also studied agriculture and I was really into that side of things as well, and there came a point in grade 10 where I had to decide whether I was going to continue to pursue the agriculture side of things and go down the science road and potentially into vet school, or whether I'd pursue this creative side, and in the end it was the creative stuff that won out.
Okay, so obviously when you were at school you had a couple of career aspirations.
If you look back in our Year 12 yearbook, I said that I wanted to be an events planner. So funny how I ended up having a go at being a wedding planner for a while there. But I think what I really wanted was to go travel, and I wasn't really thinking long term at that point. I just knew I wanted to get out and see the world. So yeah, events planner and world traveller was where I was going towards.
So when you finished school, what is it that you did straight after school?
So I enrolled in the communications course. My mother actually chose it for me, and thank God she did. She picked a great one. I just couldn't decide. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I enrolled in that, and then I went traveling for 12 months, which was incredible. I worked at a summer camp in the US and went and worked in London and traveled all around Europe all by myself. And it was on that trip around Europe that people started asking me what I was going to do and what my plans are when I got home. And I told them, oh, I'm going to go to the University of Newcastle and study a Bachelor of Communications and major in media production.
But you actually also did some travel through your degree. You did a semester overseas. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So my final semester at Newcastle University, I went and studied in Flagstaff, Arizona. They had an incredible television studio set up, so I was able to take some live TV courses and just experience what it was like to live and go to college in America.
Great. Students often live away from home to attend university, and here are some experiences of students living on campus.
I'm Izzy, I'm 19, I live on Edwards Hall at Callahan campus. I love living on campus because it means I can just wake up, grab some breakfast, and then I can be in class within 15 minutes. It's really convenient. Everything I need is right here. It's a nice stepping stone from moving out of home to living by myself. It's so easy to get there, and it means that I'm always motivated to go to my classes and get stuff done.
Hi, I'm Ben Fernley. I'm from Evatt House. I'm a residential mentor. The good things about living on campus is that you're living with your friends. You're essentially an independent person that's moved away from home. You don't have your family there anymore, and you're relying on other people as your support network. Community life on campus is great for supporting each other. We've got people here and events set up to help everyone get along and create your own family on college.
So you call yourself an entrepreneur. How do you explain what you do to others?
A lot of people in general have these big ideas and grandiose plans, but never actually make any of it happen. But I think an entrepreneur is someone who can follow through with those plans, and that's not to say that each of those plans is going to be successful, and quite often they're not. But the journey of being an entrepreneur is to always have those ideas, weed out the ones that are good and the ones that aren't so great, and to learn from your mistakes, iterate, and keep pushing forward.
And what about your parents? Do they understand what you do?
They're incredibly supportive no matter what, and I think they just have faith in me and they trust that I know what I'm doing, and so they just give me all the support I need and let me run with it.
Cool. And what about the future? What is it that you're going to do in the future? What does the future hold?
This industry is on the up and up, and it has been for the last 5 years, but it's really hitting its strides now, which is very exciting. The amount of online video content that's being consumed on the internet today is incredibly and growing exponentially. So there's going to be massive amounts of opportunity, I believe, to keep spreading the word about how we can use video across everything we do for businesses in terms of how we communicate to our consumers. And then of course, being the entrepreneur that I am, there's going to be a multitude of side projects that are always going on in the background as well. They'll have to happen. There's no way of putting a lid on those things.
So have you got any advice for any young students who are looking to do something like you in the future?
Absolutely. So I think firstly, don't do anything that you feel like you should do. This is your journey after all, and I think it's really easy to be confused by what other people are telling you that maybe you should do. So make sure that it's your journey that you're choosing, and it's something that you're very passionate about that you decide to pursue. And if you're unsure what it is that you're passionate about, do some work experience.
Thank you so much, Kathryn, for coming in today. I'm Christy Street. Thanks for joining us. You've been watching See What You Could Be.